YouTube. What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie, and today we're going to be talking about Locke Key, Season 3, Episode 8, entitled Farewell. Alright? Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So again, Locke Key, Season 3, Episode 8, entitled Farewell. Alright? So in this episode, we start off seeing Gordy being transported in the ambulance, and they're trying to resuscitate him. Then we see Kenzie, Tyler, and Ellie running through Gordy's memories, trying to escape. Now, they end up escaping due to the medical team trying to resuscitate Gordy. It kind of gives some flashes of coming back alive and then not. So because of that, the door appears that they can exit and enter in, and then it doesn't. And it appears and it doesn't. So anyways, they end up escaping, and they run into the police that Rufus is still there with and having to deal with. Then the cops, the tension turns to the flickering door, Gordy's door to his memory. And they're like, yo, are you seeing this? This is weird because, there's a curtain tent that keeps on appearing and disappearing right in front of you. So, of course it looks crazy. Anyways, Gideon ends up escaping Gordy's memories. And Sam is still trapped underneath that piano. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to get out in time. So I guess you end up dying if you're stuck in somebody's memories when they end up dying. So Tyler, Kenzie, and Ellie and Rufus leave Gordy's house while Gideon is busy with dealing with the cops. Ellie and Rufus go one way, and then Tyler and Kenzie go another. And Tyler and Kenzie, they have the creation key, so that's a good thing. Gideon leaves Gordy's house after he dealt with the cops, and he ends up chasing after Tyler and Kenzie on foot. We see Bodie is talking on the phone with Jamie. I don't know if this is still the same conversation that they had on the last episode, or if he ended up calling her back. And then Ellie and Rufus, they go to Josh and Jamie, and they ask them for help. So they catch them up with everything that's going on. And of course, Ellie asks Josh to help out Kenzie and Tyler. So Tyler and Kenzie, they get away from Gideon. Due to the help of the creation key and Josh helping them out. Josh ends up coming through out of nowhere in his car and runs over Gideon, so they end up escaping at that point after he gets ran over. Gideon ends up fighting Josh for a second, and then he just kind of works Josh, especially since he only has one good arm, being that he was shot on the last episode. And then Gideon ends up stealing Josh's car and goes after Tyler and Kenzie. And Tyler and Kenzie are on a motorcycle because they drew a motorcycle with the creation key, and it, sprung to life and became a real motorcycle. So they got on that and left. And now they're being tailgated by Gideon inside of Josh's car. All right. So as he's tailgating them, they make a sharp turn, and because Gideon is he doesn't have much experience with cars, he ends up trying to turn as well, but he's going so fast, and he turns, and of course the car flips over, and then the car actually blows up as well. So this gives time for Kenzie and Tyler to escape and go to back to the house at Locke Mansion. So they make a plan to deal with Gideon. When he gets to the Locke Mansion, Gideon does eventually arrive to the Locke Mansion. Then they try to trick him to enter in the well, and he's like, "Yo, do you think I'm stupid enough to enter in the well? I already know I can't enter in here. I'll die." So behind him, they got this crane like type of machine or whatever it may be, and then it grabs him and tries to push him into the well, and they're almost successful, but Gideon ends up pushing back and ends up destroying the crane. Then he ends up destroying the well house. Like, he knocks the roofing, like the base that's on top of the well, he knocks that down, so it's covered now. So from there, we see that they end up using the creation key to create opening inside the magic chest, so that way they can get the alpha key. And that was pretty smart that they did that. So they do that, they get the alpha key to use on Gideon. And eventually, after a little confrontation and stuff like that, Kenzie ends up using the alpha key on Gideon, and then Nina ends up pushing him into the demon realm. So now he's gone. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much defeated him. But when he fell down into the demon realm, he had 2 keys. So he had a couple keys on him, whatever it may be. And when he fell through the ring, or when he fell through the portal actually got smaller. And so because of that, Tyler was like, hold on a second, let me try something. And so he takes another key and he throws it into the portal, and it closes smaller. So they now figure out that, hey, in order to close this portal completely, and to get rid of any access to the demon realm, to being in our realm, we got to throw all the keys into the portal, and then the portal will close. Now, everybody ends up agreeing to do so. Bodhi doesn't want to, of course, because he's so used to using the keys and stuff like that. But he ends up telling me, you know what, I'll agree to, destroying the keys, throwing them in a portal, if you let me use the time key one more time. And so he ends up using the time key. He goes back into time, to this specific time where in that time, Tyler, Bodhi, and Nina end up going on a ride somewhere, and then I think they end up dropping. I think Nina's dropping them off at school, and then so it's only Randall in the house. So this is the perfect opportunity for the future Tyler, Nina, Kenzie, and Bodhi to come and visit Randall, because he'll be all alone. So they come and visit him. They have some heartwarming time together. Some heartwarming conversations, and they basically say farewell to each other, because once once they leave back to their present time, he's not going to remember it. And then so yeah, that's basically what it is. But at least they got to spend the time with him, say hi and goodbye one final time, and at least he knows that where he was weak, where he couldn't destroy the keys, at least he knows that his kids, his wife was able to come together and as a family and destroy the rings and handle the rest of the demon forces. They did all that by themselves, because of course he's dead in their future, or in their present time, whatever. So yeah, man, it was a heartwarming moment. The time runs out. They end up going back to the present time, and then we see everybody getting the remembrance key put on them. Like, I think Bodhi, Kenzie, and Tyler. So it's weird. It's like I don't know if they use that on them one final time so that way they don't forget or whatever, or like I don't know. I don't know. It was weird, but Nina didn't get it done on her, so I don't understand the situation. I don't know why that happened. But whatever. Um, so then, um, they end up throwing all the keys into the portal, and each key that they throw in the portal gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it actually closes. Um, then we jump to a scene where Kenzie and the Savinis are showing off, their new movie, and then their new movie, The Splattering 2. And then after that, they get questioned. They answer questions for like the people that are at the premiere or just whoever their fans, whatever it may be. And one of the people that ends up asking them a question is Scott. And Scott actually shows up, and it was cool to see him, man. I really he's one of my favorite characters from majority of these seasons that they had. You know what I'm saying? And it sucked that for this season we only got to see him briefly talking to Kenzie on the internet or whatever, or on the computer, you know what I'm saying? I felt like maybe things would have became so dire that they would have needed his help, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? They used him then when he was talking to Kenzie, and they used him at the very end, just to kind of put him in there, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, he talks with Kenzie, and Kenzie ends up saying like, maybe I'll try to go to a school that's near you so we can be together. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, they're going to be together. Um, um, then we see the Locke family all having dinner with Duncan and Brian because they come back from the honeymoon. And Josh and Jamie is there as well. Everybody's catching up, with what happened, whatever it may be. Bodie ends up warming up to Josh. Ellie goes back to being a coach at the school for the track team. Scott and Kenzie, like I said, they're trying to be together while going to school at the same time, near each other. Tyler's going back to Montana and is gonna probably be with Carly. He'll probably end up making Carly his girlfriend. And then we see, Tyler's at the Locke house for the last day, and he's like, I'm just going to pack everything right now so that way tomorrow, I can just leave and everything like that. We don't got to worry about nothing. So they pack everything up into his car that he packed up, and then they end up looking at the Locke house one final time. They're like, I'm going to miss this and da-da-da-da, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then they all walk back into the house, and then right when they get to the door, Bodie's like, he stops, like he hears something, like how he used to stop, or even how they used to stop when they would hear the whispering of a new key. And so he stops, and he's like looking around, everything like that, and like everybody's like, yo, what's going on? Like what do you hear, or whatever? And he's like, you know what, I don't hear nothing, or whatever. So obviously they're just trying to, it was a little trickery, you know what I'm saying? So they all go in the house, and then when they go in the house, you start hearing whispering. So I was like, bro, what kind of trickery movies you trying to pull on us, bro? But that was basically the premise of the episode. So that's it. Three of my favorite scenes would be Kenzie and Nina, defeating Gideon. It was cool to see, Nina be able to use the Alpha Q on him, and then, her mother Nina be able to, push Gideon in. You know what I'm saying? Mother-daughter combination to destroy Gideon. It was cool to see. My second favorite scene would be back in time with Randall when the future versions of Tyler, Kenzie, Bodie, and Nina were able to go and see Randall and spend some time with him, some much needed time, because he honestly got taken away from them early, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool to see them be able to go back in time and talk to, your deceased loved one, someone that, meant so much to you, seeing that, man, was really emotional, because, we all have people that, that are deceased in our life, or, maybe we're blessed to not have nobody deceased in our life, but eventually is going to happen. And when it does happen, or if it did happen, you always do wish there was an opportunity where you can, go back and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Whether they remember it or whether you remember it, you just still want to have that experience. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool to see. And then my third favorite scene would be just the ending, like how they try to trick us, like, oh, well, I don't hear nothing. There's no whispering. Everything must be all good. Ha, ha, ha. Walk in the house. As soon as they get in the house, we start hearing whispering. It's like, man, like, who y'all trying to fool, bro? But yeah, man, that'll be 3 of my favorite scenes. The grade for this episode, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, man. Started strong, finished strong. I love this series, bro. I can't believe that it's already on season 3. I remember just giving season 1 a try when I first saw it coming out on Netflix. And, man, the time has passed, and, the seasons have passed. The story has progressed, and it seems like it actually came to an ending. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, the way they ended it, yes, they can make a season 4 or whatever it may be, or a movie. But also the way that they ended it, everything got tied up. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't know. I did hear that this was the final season, so season 3 is probably going to be it. There is a chance that maybe we get a season 4. Maybe if this is received well, which is already being received well, and each season has been received well, but it's just one of those things where they kind of want to end it on a strong note and not just letting the thing draw out and then eventually losing, like the interest in it that it already has. So, of course I'm a fan of this, so of course I want to see season 4 and however many else they can make, but I can understand them ending strong, I'm saying, starting strong and ending strong rather than starting strong and ending, weaker, I'm saying, or weak. So I understand it. So that's it, man. But I am hoping for season 4, or even I heard some type of little rumor that they were going to try to do a season of Locke and Key, and have it be set up with the Sandman, the new season that's on there, or whatever it may be. I think that's what they said. So if they did that, I'd watch it. If they just made a season 4 of Locke and Key, I'll watch it. If they don't make another season, then at least we got something cool to watch. You know what I'm saying? Something that was reminiscent of like Stranger Things mixed with series of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? And it just was a beautiful thing to be able to experience and to be able to watch over these few years, however long it's been. So yeah, man, that's basically it, man. If you guys saw this episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Which episode was your favorite for this season? Do you feel like the season began strong and ended strong, or do you feel like the season began strong and just kind of whimpered away towards the end? Would you like to see a season 4? Would you like to see them do a collaboration with Locke and Key and Sandman? I think it's Sandman. I think that's what they said. What would you think about those type of things, man? Let me know about that in the comments down below. All right. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Callie. Till next time.